So today we got the Nasdaq up 0.76%, got the Dow up 0.9, and the S&P up 0.9. Now that comes off the back of yesterday's crazy day, where I think at the peak the Nasdaq was down like 5 or 6%, maybe even more. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering at this point, what is going on with the markets and what's the next move for the markets, given one day it's crazy down. Now it seems to be a bit of a recovery. So that's the aim in this video, is to help you guys dissect what's going on in the markets right now and give you guys an insight into what we should expect next. But before I get into that, I just want to talk about what the media is saying, because we have a lot of stuff like this where we're saying the latest sell-off may be the beginning of the end for the tech bubble. So again, a lot of that negative news around the whole AI space, around the tech space. And that's the trend, that's the theme. If you just type in stock market into Google, you're going to get a lot of these types of articles coming up, which are very negative against the market. But this isn't the way to look at the markets. Even though we have had a crazy sell-off, there are some key things I want to show you guys, which is going to give you a very good insight into what is actually coming next in the markets. Okay, so first of all, guys, is we have entered into a very clear range. Okay, and your range is going to be built up of your support and your resistance. So your support's down here. You can see that that was a touch point a couple of months ago, and we got a resistance level up here. And it's no surprise the market's tapped into that level of resistance today. So that's where we're at in terms of market structure, and we shouldn't expect to see a drop below this support level. As a matter of fact, I believe the low for the year is in. I believe the low for the year was put in yesterday when we saw the markets tank. That's because we come into that clear level of support. But in terms of where we go from here, if we are to see the markets push above this level of resistance, you are going to get a massive push higher. You're going to get the markets moving much, much higher from where they currently are at, given the fact that we got all of that stored up momentum from the beginning of this week. What I actually expect to happen though is for us to pull back, not break that support level, and then push higher. Okay, you're going to get a massive push higher. You can even get the strongest print for the year as we push higher through this resistance level, and that is what I expect. That's what we should expect. And one of the reasons for this is, if we look at the markets, we've put in that 5-wave formation already. So we have that leg 1, that leg 2, that leg 3, leg 4, and that leg 5 has completed. Often when we get that 5-wave completion, we get big movements to the other side. So that is the expectation in the short term for the markets. I believe the low for the year is put in. I believe the low for the year was put in yesterday. And once we do get that break above that resistance level that we are seeing in both across the markets, okay, this right now, this is just a Nasdaq. We're seeing it across the markets. When we get that push above that resistance level, which is that purple line up there, that purple bar, you're going to get a massive push higher. So you see a break above that in the short term, whether it comes this week or next week, that's a massive buying opportunity, because you've got all of that stored up momentum that's just going to be released. Okay, that fear that's around the markets right now is going to die, and people are going to realize that this momentum, this carry trade, is still very much in place. Just had that corrective move, but on the other side of that is a big push higher just waiting to happen. But again, the market is clouded and confused right now, but I want you guys to have full clarity on what exactly is going on. So once we get that push above that resistance level, and I do expect it to come, you're going to see a massive push higher, and that's going to be a very lucrative opportunity for those who are aware of the structural situation that's going on right now in the markets.